you're... human. You seem to know an awful lot about us. I can only assume your ship has some sort of advanced scanning capabilities, or there exists some record of our mission somewhere.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by... well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and... the others. We're not entirely sure. Our engineers believe it's possible our technology just isn't compatible with theirs. All we hear when using them to communicate with anyone is a bunch of disturbing noise. It gave me the heebie-jeebies at first. Well, the short answer is, we didn't. It's a generation ship, which is to say that most of us lived long, happy lives on board and passed our mission down to our children. It was never intended that the original crew would make it to our destination. The goal was always the preservation of the human race above all else. Though, it would seem that was perhaps a bit presumptuous. We do. Well, sort of. We saw structures using our surveying equipment. We've also seen the various ships pass us by. Some even seemed to want to communicate, but couldn't. Of course, we had no idea that they were being piloted by other humans. Ah, your question confirms one of our recent theories. It would seem that some form of faster-than-light travel or space-bending technology was invented during our long journey. That would explain why we would find people this far out into space. I guess technology leapfrogged us at some point. Interesting. I can only imagine that our predecessors didn't believe the technology would ever work, and so they made the decision to leave when they did. I know. But please, hear me out. You came to us, and so far we don't have any other options. Perhaps if you knew little more about us, it would change your mind. Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge. Dr. da Costa, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am. For security purposes.
The Constant is a peaceful ship.
Just stay out.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work.
Welcome to the Earth colony ship Constant. In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do.
So, here we are. Let's talk. We didn't believe anyone would be out here, but I'm glad for it. I think I'm coming up on 6 years now. I was only a teenager when my father died, passing command of the ship to me, as is tradition. Because of that, I've had to sort of learn as I go along, instead of taking years of study and apprenticeship under the prior captain. I think some people on the ship resent me for not having the level of experience as my predecessors. But at the same time, without my command, we likely wouldn't have made it here so quickly. A bit frazzled, as you can imagine. People are anxious about discovering that we're not alone, and also worried about what will come to pass. While we hope we can work out a deal with the people on the surface, they seem reluctant to reach out, so there's no telling what will come of that. I do know that we can't afford to stay here in orbit forever. The ship was built to sustain us for many years with backup provisions just in case, but even that will come to an end eventually. Difficult is the wrong word. It can be both challenging at times and also exciting. Our mission was to rebuild humanity on a distant world, believing that we were Earth's last hope. To think that while there has always been a Brackenridge in the captain's chair, that I am the one to finally oversee our journey's end is truly exhilarating. But with this stumbling block in our path, at this final moment, I fear tough choices will need to be made. Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you? We suspect that our equipment is woefully obsolete compared to whatever you all have now. In all honesty, we never expected to need to communicate with anyone, so our comms aren't particularly robust. That limits our options. We even attempted communicating with lights and sounds. Something we saw in an old movie, but I don't believe they picked up on it. If anything, it may have inadvertently alarmed them. I wish I could say that the satisfaction of helping others in need is sufficient, but I'm not getting that impression from you. I'm sure we can pull together some resources equivalent to whatever currency you use these days. We'll do what we can to make it worthwhile. And until then, you're free to make use of whatever facilities you need on our ship. No, not at all. We simply have no other options. With no working communications and no way to head to the surface, we need outside help negotiating with the settlement we've spotted below. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us. Based on the data our ancestors had when they launched this endeavor, it was determined that this was the perfect planet for us. Even if we had another viable candidate planet, we lack the resources to get there. And as you know, it took us 200 years to get here. Our people have no desire to go back to drifting the stars so their children's children can possibly settle on an inferior planet. When we left Earth, there were no claims to planets this far out into space. We had assumed that we were the only ones attempting a generational journey such as this, meaning that there would be no need for a formal claims process. Regardless, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, did manage to file a charter for this planet's first colony, to be named New Jamestown. According to his records, no one took it seriously when he filed it, so likely it was either ignored or the records were lost to the ages. Given humanity's lack of interest in colonizing the far reaches of space at the time, it shouldn't have been a problem, but again, here we are now. Yes, of course. But we need to start from a firm position and state our goal. If need be, we can compromise, work out a mutually beneficial deal or some such, but initially I'd like you to be firm with them and convince them to leave the planet to us. Let me know how they respond, and we'll go from there. We thought about it, but it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future of our people. Sure, our first settlement may be small, but our predecessors dreamt of our new civilization spreading across the globe. That will be difficult if someone else plans to do the same. While we're not completely close to the idea of sharing, it's much easier if we have complete domain over this world. I'm serious. We have a rightful claim to this land, and I intend to fight for it. But as you're currently our only hope, perhaps you'll honor my request and give it your all, for the sake of some very weary travelers who have come a very long way to be here. Thank you. No matter the outcome, safe travels to you.
I know Captain Brackenridge has essentially given you free rein to wander the ship, but security will still be watching you closely. I hope you understand. Given we have so little experience with people from the outside, it pays to take security seriously. Something I understand much better now than in my youth. Our people never expected to meet with other colonies, so forgive them if they are distrustful. It may surprise you to learn that I didn't. See, in my teenage years, I was quite rebellious. I stole a keycard and used it to get into the reactor. My shenanigans almost led to a total reactor meltdown. Normally, the punishment for such an act would be ejection from the ship. But my parents pleaded with Diana's father, the captain at the time, for leniency. He agreed. After I served time in the brig, he assigned me a job with the security team. I took the lesson to heart and have been taking my job seriously ever since. Sometimes I wonder the same. But it also served as a great reminder that it is important for there to be rules for everyone's safety. And also, sometimes a little leniency is an opportunity to learn and grow. They must have seen some potential in me at the time, and I am thankful they did. I don't have much basis for comparison. People tend to stay in line, but when they don't, I imagine it can be more challenging than out there. We only have a small brig. So in the few cases where there was widespread disorder, we needed to improvise. I'm told that has only happened once in our entire history. There was a brief revolt under Captain Brackenridge II, when he amended the rationing laws. Prisoners were confined to their quarters. After the trial, the leader of the mutiny was exiled to space. We take security threats very seriously, for obvious reasons. We had time to prepare ourselves since we arrived in orbit around this planet. We knew there was life, and the predominant theory was that it was human life. When you approached, we needed to be careful. Both because you presented a potential threat, but also potential salvation. Plans were in place to deal with both scenarios, and luckily, cooler heads prevailed. Be safe.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outsiders.
Noted. Auxiliaries posture degrades with increased carry weight.
Hey! So it is true. An actual stranger aboard our ship? Wow. Oh, geez. Sorry, of course you don't know my name. We never met. I'm Yue. Wow, I never thought this would happen. Sure. Well, unless there's anything else you want to talk about. It's incredible. I'm pretty excited to meet new people and ask them all sorts of questions. I wonder about all we've missed this whole time while humanity has advanced around us. Oh, I'm the navigation officer, though I switch between nav and piloting. I'll be honest, the ship pretty much flies itself. Its destination hasn't changed since it launched, and we're here now, so I'm not sure what's next. See, the nav system's not perfect. We encounter stuff that our forebears didn't originally count on. Astral bodies, space debris, stuff like that. So sometimes I need to take manual control and get out of tricky situations. Then there was the time I used those unaccounted for anomalies to our advantage. Slingshotted us around a few stars that weren't supposed to be there, saved some fuel and knocked a few decades off our journey. Pretty incredible stuff. I'll be watching the skies for you.
We've got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
Now that you're here, I can finally give my crew a chance at a new life.
Now that we know what's out there, games are going. Just because our equipment's old, doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
We were never trained to address threats outside our limits. The Constant is a peaceful ship. I'm glad.
Wow, I've heard about you, but here you are. Oh, wow, you're new? Weird. Okay, wasn't expecting this. I guess I should introduce myself? I'm Janet. What's up? You? Oh, well, nice to meet you, I guess. I could take a break to chat if you want. Oh my god, it's terrible. I don't know how my parents did it, knowing they would never, ever get to leave until they died. Every day, you see exactly the same things. The same people do the same job. It's all the same. All the time. Seriously, the only thing that kept me going was knowing that we were the generation who knew we'd finally get the hell out of here. Although now that we're here, nothing seems to be happening. Sometimes I wonder if my sister was the lucky one. Maybe so. Look, I'm just frustrated with all this. I'm venting. Let me vent, please. Certainly not what I want to do. At least you tell it like it is. But then again, there aren't exactly any opportunities to change jobs. I'm the cultivation manager. Fancy words for farmer and fertilizer collector. I didn't have a choice. Most people don't. You get a job, and that's it. Like, I'm great at what I do, but I would enjoy doing literally anything else. Meanwhile, my sister Julia, she gets to hang out with kids all day and watch movies. The kids I couldn't care less about, but she doesn't even care about Earth culture. Ugh. Oh my god, it's every day. Seriously. Although now that we're here... Ah, so you've met her. No, not Julia. Julia and I were actually triplets with our sister Jen, but the ship ran out of one of her medications and she didn't make it. Sucks, but it is what it is. We only have so many supplies, we couldn't exactly get anything new along the way. Anyway, it happened a long time ago. I don't really feel that she's lucky. I'm just frustrated. See you, I guess.
Hey there.
These are exciting times, aren't they?
Sure is nice to know there are other people out there.
Just stay out of trouble.
Wow. Hi.
I've lived my entire life in the Constant. I'm not
I don't have much to spare, but if you are... Wait. Oh my. Yes, of course. Sorry. I was with a difficult patient when the announcement came through. But now I remember. They sent my husband, Mabuti, to greet you. It's quite fortunate that you arrived when you did, for Mabuti's sake. Hopefully you can help resolve our current predicament. There isn't. At least not in the medical sense. Since he was one of the eldest on board, he was ready to volunteer for termination. Thankfully, since you've arrived, that no longer seems necessary. It means that he was going to volunteer his own life for the sake of the others on this ship, due to limited spaces and supplies. Like the others, his life would then be honored with special distinction and recorded for history. Rarely we had to make difficult choices when no one would volunteer. But Mabuti, he's too generous to let that happen. It may seem that way to you, but remember, things are different when you only have so many resources and so much room to work with for such a long time. Indeed. There aren't many doctors on board. In addition to regular checkups, I perform surgeries, obstetrics, and other medical procedures. I also help train the next generation of doctors. After all, someone must. It's demanding work. We try our best to avoid that through careful family planning. Rarely we run into situations where things do not go according to plan. And then we must adjust and make difficult decisions concerning our community and resources. We never do anything without careful consideration. But at the end of the day, we need to do what is best for the ship, so as not to put everyone in jeopardy. Nothing, not in the meta. As one of the eldest, it means, like the others, rarely. I certainly hope so. Nothing. As one of the... It means, like the other, rarely. Indeed we do. Nothing. As one of the... It means, like the other, rarely. I know you think it's not quite right, but thank you for understanding. With luck, it won't come to it, I hope. Let's see. Goodbye.
I wonder what else is out there.
Careful waving that fancy gun around.
I wonder what it's like out there beyond the...
So much more to learn about now.
And to think, all this time, we thought we were alone.
Boy, am I glad you weren't some sort of alien.
Whew! What a day! I'm looking forward to some time alone with my hubby. Oh, hi! Hello! You're the alien. The person that came from out there. In space. That we weren't expecting at all. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Can we start this over? I'm fine. I will be. It's just my nerves acting up. This has just gotten everyone so stressed, and since I'm here to help people deal with problems like that, it piles on me. Abe, I'm scared. Abe, what if we can't get down to the surface? Abe, what are we gonna do? And so on and so forth. I've never had to deal with so much anxiety before, and I'm a pretty anxious guy to begin with. Just ask my husband. I know! There's just a lot going on, and now I'm speaking with a visitor from the outside. I'm barely hanging on here. But if you need help with something, I'm here, and I'll do my best to see to it you're taken care of. please do. Even if you just want to Oh? Oh, you must mean the Yiddish. It's an old family tradition. The Levitts have been trying to keep it alive for hundreds of years now. See, we didn't think the language would survive if we didn't, so we charged ourselves with preserving it. It's a point of pride for our family, and something I'd like to pass on to others so they don't forget. Like my great-great-great-great-grandmother's latke recipe. Me? Hey, well, there's not much to say. I take care of people here. I live with my husband, Daisuke, no kids. We passed on having a surrogate so others could have larger families. Instead, I get to spend time with everyone in their families here. They call me their bubby because I'm like the grandmother they never had. I may have had something to do with that nickname. Ah, glad you asked. I coordinate cabin maintenance, plan activities, even help settle domestic disputes. It's a demanding job, but in short, I'm here to keep people happy. I try to keep both the kids and adults entertained. Scavenger hunts, sing-alongs, fun little art projects, you name it. We also have regular media nights where a historian, Julia Yang, screens old movies, plays music, and exposes us to other Earth media. People didn't know what to think. Here we are, minding our own business out in deep space, all alone. Then we hear some sort of garbled transmissions on the radio, real screechy, real inhuman-sounding stuff. Then you show up? People had all sorts of fakakta theories. Aliens, time travelers, you name it. We watch a lot of old movies, so... Anyway, it spooked the bejesus out of us, because we were expecting to find nobody. Till next time, I guess.
We got strict rules around here. They're strict for a reason. Hey.
Never seen a ship like yours before.
Hey there.
Just stay out of trouble. I wonder what else is on.
Boy, am I glad you weren't some sort of...
Hi there. Oh! That's, surprisingly accurate. But then again, I suppose it's kind of easy to guess, given the circumstances. Right? We've been cooped up together in this ship all our lives. So outside of births, there's literally no way for new people to arrive, you know? Anyway, sorry for freezing up before. I just didn't expect our visitor from the outside to stop by and chat with me. I figured, if anything, you'd be with the captain. I'm Daisuke, the ship's provisions manager. I'm not sure what I can offer you, but if I can help, I will. And if not, I'm happy just to talk. We manage. I know back on Earth, there used to be stores all over the place. Some that even specialize in specific types of goods, if you can imagine. But here, this is it. We have very limited supplies. Most of our stuff is recycled. Even the food. In a roundabout way, if you know what I mean. It works out for the most part, because it has to. You'll sense a running theme with that around here. Not really. Things don't work that way here. It's not a shop like you hear about in the books and movies, or, where you're probably from. Almost everything is communal or shared in some way, but sometimes people want a little something extra or special for themselves. So when that happens, they come to me. Mostly, I just keep track of the ship's inventory and help ration the supplies so we don't run out. Take care.
So much more to learn about now.
Sure is nice to know there are other people out there.
I wonder what it's like out there beyond our community.
Wow, I've heard about you, but here you are.
Keeping a 200-year-old ship running is no easy task. I was hoping to talk to our visitor from outer space, and here you are! Welcome, welcome! I have a million burning questions, but I won't overwhelm you. There will be plenty of time for that later. Please, indulge me just a couple. How did you do it? Did humanity finally discover faster-than-light travel and eclipse our poor old ship? Oh, I've heard of this technology, but always believed it was theoretical in nature. Maybe we can talk about it in more detail later. I'm sure you have more pressing matters to handle. I've waited this long. What's a little longer, eh? Oh, I've got so many questions, but I'm being rude. I haven't even given you my name. Chief Engineer Kazemi, but you can call me Amin. And, I might add, I'm one of the reasons we're still floating out here today. Yes, of course. Anything for my new friend. Ah, great question. I do not know for sure, but I can venture a guess. All of the reading I've done on the matter suggests that at the time, there was uncertainty that the technology would ever work, or if it did, that it would work at the scale we needed. So, I trust they made the decision to strike out when they did, fully believing it was the only way. Some may say I'm a master of keeping things together with nothing but duct tape and bubblegum. Well, if we had any gum left. Pretty sure that ran out 100 years ago. When I'm not dealing with catastrophic engine failures, I manage the other engineers. We maintain all the machinery, computers, you name it. We keep the life support on, and the ship flying. Many years ago, when I was a junior engineer, the reactor's computer burned out. The computer that controls the reactor's various regulators. I'll spare you the details, but when that happens, the ship and everyone on it is in danger of turning into a mess of hot slag. I had to jury-rig parts from old media devices to prevent a meltdown. And that's how I became the boss around here. Yes! So many! Does everyone have their own spaceships like you? Do people only live on naturally habitable planets, or did they learn to terraform? Are we in contact with alien species? I have so many more, but I don't want to take up all your time. Haha! I knew it! Incredible! Amazing! Simply amazing! In our ancestors' time, only the very wealthy could afford to build ships. Even this ship was only possible by our families pulling together nearly all of their financial resources. I'm not surprised. The amount of energy it would take to terraform an entire planet seems improbable. I can assume these types of colonies are strictly for mining and gathering rare resources, since there are nearly limitless habitable planets to choose from out there. Disappointing, but not unexpected. When you showed up, I tried to tell the others about the Fermi paradox. I suggested that the most likely explanation for you was that humanity had developed faster, more advanced technology and had leapfrogged us. Seems I was right. Ah, thank you for taking the time to talk with me. I can have a bit of a big personality, I'm told. So let me know if I ever get on your nerves. Yes! So many! Do people... Are we in contact? Ah, Good luck out there.
I've spent my entire life in the constant.
Logging weight amount and... I have noted your repeat appearance at our resort.
I noticed you arrived. They told us
You have been automatically
there was
credited
a
with
very
20% off
active
your next
meteor
stay.
shower, which is why we had to divert our flight path coming in for our landing. But I haven't seen a single shooting star since I've been here. That's weird, right? You're probably right. I've just been feeling stressed as of late. I should just
Welcome back,
Another beautiful
esteemed
day
guest.
in
Thank you for once again choosing Paradiso for your vacation
Hey,
destination.
what can I do for you? Looks to me like you've already Sure, how about it? I'm sure you can find...
Welcome to Paradiso. Jiro Sugiyama at your service. Do you have a security concern, or is there something else I can help you with? Honestly, it's not as exciting as you might think most of the time. More often than not, we're just handling drunk and disorderly conduct. Heck, even pirates leave us alone for the most part. I think it's because some of them actually vacation here. As long as they're not bothering anyone, we've been told not to worry about them. Neither. We're our own private force. The Paradiso group pays top dollar for top-notch security. And I dare say we're some of the best in the business. We have to be out here on the fringes of the settled systems. Something I can help you with? Ah, it has a name. Good. Then you're already familiar with the situation, I take it. Do you know what they want? Interesting. We obviously have no records of a colony ship claiming this planet. Whatever the case, you'll need to speak with Oliver Campbell, a CEO for the Paradiso Group. He's in charge of bringing all formal decisions before the board and helping to make calls on them. I'll let him know you're on your way. Good luck handling this situation. Stay safe.
Don't worry about us. We're just here to keep the peace.
I hope your stay here is going well.
Holler at me. Yes. There you go.
What a nice day, huh?
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment? Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board? What I could tell you would get me in a lot of trouble. Most of them are typical C-level execs. I doubt you even need to use your imagination for that. The ones that show up to work day to day, at least. I swear, I've never even met some of them, because they chill at their own private, secluded beach homes all the time. Anyway, be smart around Oliver. He's got a way of getting what he wants without you realizing it. And that's all I'll say. I can't speak for anyone else, but I've got a pretty high-pressure job working as the executive assistant to the Paradiso board. You can imagine, dealing with a team of execs, trying to manage all of their schedules and their other whims. But it pays well, and they give me a nice executive suite at the hotel to live in. So, it's not all bad. Free access to all the resort's amenities after work helps too. Sure. Have fun in the shark tank. And don't worry, even they call it that.
I'm here to satisfy your needs.
During the day,
I
I
hope your
hope
stay
I was
is a
able to
pleasant
help.
one.
I just feel that we should be focusing on the natural beauty of this planet, not our amenities.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to any one of them. The resort facilities are precisely what we bring to the table. Heck, it's the only thing we've really got to offer.
Ah, I don't want to risk us coming off as just another artificial, shady, trash-filled dump like Neon. That's not who we are. We've got something special here. We should embrace that.
Blom's right.
Thank you.
We don't want to compete with Neon. Bayou's ruthless. He'll do anything he can to eliminate the competition. We don't need that kind of trouble.
Combat efficacy lowered. Dispose of carry weight to increase effectiveness.
That being said, I think there's a middle ground. Maybe build up the beachfront at a boardwalk amusement park. I've had this idea to build artificial hot springs, that sort of thing.
Sounds good. I'll look into what that will cost us, and we can circle back around to this.
Come on, mate. Loads more interesting things to do outside. No need to mill about in here.
What's not to love about this
You're lucky
planet?
I'm not like the other board members, lazing about the beaches without a care in the universe. Not quite. We just don't answer to the Freestar Collective or the United Colonies. Makes things easier. We don't pay any taxes, we don't need to follow their laws. All the benefits, none of the drawbacks. And no one minds, because half the politicians and other big shots love vacationing here. Works for everyone. We, the Paradiso Group, bought the rights to this planet years ago with the intent of turning it into the biggest and best resort in the universe. To that end, I'd say we've succeeded. As such, no other leisure enterprises may operate on the planet without renting land from us. But as you can see, none can afford such a deal. No, of course not. There's several more. We're just the ones who show up day to day. The others spend their time lazing on the beach or gallivanting off-world. Doesn't bother me, though. Less cooks in the kitchen means I get to make all the big decisions around here. Seems to be working out for us just fine. I am. And you must be the diplomat Jiro told me about. Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm gonna cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there, causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens! So it's a colony ship of sorts. Wonderful. That complicates things a bit. As much as I appreciate you showing some initiative, we'll need to discuss this with the present board members and come up with a plan to our liking. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite a bit, too. They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grav drive so they can find a new home. We could even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do. We own this planet, they don't. Here at Paradiso, we don't like leaving things to chance. Who knows what these people will do with their land? Imagine the landscaping disasters they might come up with, and how that might mar the satellite imagery of the planet in our brochures. No, much better to assimilate them into our culture if they come here to live, rather than leave it to chance. Thanks for the offer, but my answer is still no. Too much risk involved, and if it goes wrong, then the problem can quickly get out of hand. If they settle here, it'll be under our conditions, not theirs. Sorry. They'd be hard-pressed to defend their claim in any courts. Our charter goes back years. It was registered with both the UC and Freestar Collective, per the Centaurus Proclamation. We may be outside the settled systems, but that charter's official as can be. I'm sorry, but you're going to need to be the one to break the news to them that they need to make a compromise or leave. I have no idea, because I'm not suggesting anything of the sort. But it's a wonder that old ship made it all the way here in such a relatively short time. Must have really been pushing themselves. An engineer friend of mine told me once that the reactors on those old ships have a tendency to self-destruct if they overload. Of course, their engineers must have taken great care not to push it too far. Someone would likely have to override the safety systems in the reactor computer. But who would do such a thing? Right. Assuming they agree to the terms, I've got a list of resources you'll need to gather and bring back so we can support the new arrivals. We'll need to improve our lodging and infrastructure, plus account for future projects to support an increased population. Don't care how you procure them, just make sure to bring them here with you before we can consider this a done deal. Right. On behalf of the Paradiso Group, we appreciate your help. I hope you appreciate it. Go on now, enjoy Paradiso.
Just doing my part to make sure Paradiso remains a paradise.
I'm proud to say that revenue is up and costs are down.
Between you and me, I'm kinda glad most of the execs never show up to work. Oh, part of the job, I guess. Gotta put on a smile to keep it, you know? And it helps for those rare opportunities I get to talk them out of some of their crazier ideas. Like, did you know they wanted to dye the entire ocean on this planet pink so it would look more magical or something? They almost did it too, until I reminded Balam that guests won't appreciate the water dyeing their swimsuits funny colors. Funny it took that and not killing off all the ocean life, but I take what I can get. At least Balam's there to be the reasonable one. Take care.
It's my pleasure to make sure I get...
It may be paradise.
know what's out there. The Constant is a peaceful ship.
Now, we didn't believe anyone would be out.
What's the good word?
Then I'd need to know what that catch is before I could form an opinion. That doesn't sound so bad. My crew will need to get used to working for a living anyway. This seems agreeable. Is that all? I'm not sure what we can spare. I'm thinking. Tell you what, talk to Daisuke, and he'll get you what we can spare. If you... Until next time.
Careful waving that fancy gun.
We've got strict rules around here. But they're strict for a reason.
We've had to do our fair share of recycling. Oh yeah, she sent me a message. I have everything for you right here. It's all we can spare, so I sure hope you come through for it. Need anything else? Be seeing you.
Wow. Hi.
Hey. Just because our equipment's old.
Vessel. You have no faction markings or registered manufacturer. Please maintain course while we scan you. Assuming scans even work on whatever it is you're buying. Pardon. You're well clear to let.
Lux condos aren't anything.
Hey, you looking for anything cool? Yo, stay good out there.
Unidentified ship. We're going to attempt to scan you for contraband. Please comply. Pretty please. Scan complete. You are clear to land in New Atlantis. Please enjoy your visit to Jemison.
Sorry, no solic-
Hey! Hey, you! You have a minute? I need to talk to you. You're the one that was on Vector. You flew in? Tommy Bitlow, SSNN research intern. It's true, right? Oh, I'm so sorry, but you're the first source I've ever met. This is great. Great! My boss, Nadia Mufaz, what do you... there's credits in it. Everyone knows David Barron, the face and voice of SSNN, if you will. But Nadia is in charge of all the research. All the best stories were written by her. She's... really something. Just share what you want, then. All we want to know is about the attack itself. Just go to the SSNN building. It's not far. Keep it up, Tommy. You're killing it.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm very busy.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving.
startled me. I don't have time for this. Whoa! What was that?
Oh, please, take a... Oh, please. Appreciate the business.
It's amazing. Selling art is a bit of an art. Other than being an art dealer, I did a few odd jobs, some deliveries, and it eventually led me onto this path I'm on now. I never thought I'd do what I do. But I suppose life can be surprising. In a sense. My trade doesn't necessarily need me to be tied down in one location. Because of that, I travel all over the settled systems. I'm here now for an opportunity. But before this, I was in Aquila. Before that, Neon. In my line of work, I can't afford to stay in one place for very long.
I'm not seeing any records from that hauler out.
Indeed, I am. I've been an art dealer for most of my life, plying my trade all across the settled systems. It's actually why I'm here in New Atlantis today. I'll be delivering a piece of art to a very particular client later. However, I don't yet have the art in my possession. Actually, would you like to pick up the artwork and bring it back to me? I'll reward you for your... You simply need to go pick up some artwork. The exchange has already been arranged, and you won't have to show any credits. It's just a matter of picking something up and bringing it back to me. There's really no need to worry. It's all very simple.
I'm sorry, I don't control these things.
Well, I'm not very familiar with the streets of New Atlantis. I'm not from here, you see. I'd rather just avoid any trouble and have someone more capable do the exchange for me. Excellent. You'll be picking up the art from Zoe Kaminsky at the Trade Authority. Tell her you're there for Samson Jabrel's art. She'll understand. Return the artwork to me, and you will be compensated. Goodbye. Dealing in art is... well, of course they do. Why wouldn't they? I've heard tell that you can get some very impressive items at the Trade Authority. But for now, let's settle for the artwork that I've procured. Back to it then.
Hey, get out of my way. Oh, come on. Huh. No, no, no. Well, that sounds down. You've got to be kidding.
The scan is perfectly safe. Please
moving.
Welcome to the Freestar Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship. That's all we need.
Newcomer that saved us.
Take a look. I want to do your business. Feel free to look around.
I don't do payment plans or lines of credit, and I don't sell to shady individuals. If you can handle it, your money's welcome. need all sorts in Aquila City.
Let me know if you need any. This is what I've got at the moment.
Aquila's one of the old.
Bad news for the League of Independent or LIST. A prospective colonist family used LIST resources to find a new home, a remote moon filled with life and ideal for farming. The only problem is that moon does not exist. So instead of starting a new life, free of rules and completely self-reliant, the family returned
I actually
to
met
New
a guy who
Atlantis
finished the
and
Red Mile.
filed a lawsuit.
He lost an eye in the process, but
List told our
did
reporter
walk away with
it was
a
a
pile of
simple
credits.
data entry error.
And I
It
mean,
should have been listed as 3B
got two
instead of
eyes,
2B.
right?
We're just a resource, and we're not liable. That was little comfort to the irate would-be colonists. You're listening to SSN.
You ask me, traveling and free.
Take a look. I'll say right up front. Well.
We were never trained to address threats coming from
Never seen a ship like yours before.
No
Then
matter
again,
the
I haven't
outcome,
seen
I
any
won't let my
ships
crew
before
down.
you arrived.
Excellent. I'll have them stowed away for safekeeping. Is that everything now? Some of us may have a little trepidation about leaving the ship, but the majority of us, this has been our dream for generations. This generation was not expected to be here by now, but thanks to UA, we shaved decades off our journey. This is the chance to live on solid ground, have freedom to walk about, breathe fresh air. We've never had that experience. Oh, we're ready. Oh, righto. Oh, this is truly wonderful. I'll make an announcement to the crew straight away. If you would be so kind, we lost our landing shuttle years ago, so we'll need a ride down to the surface. Not all of us, mind you, just myself and a select few others. Will you do this for us? I'm not worried. I'm confident we'll be able to hire a shuttle to ferry us back and forth until we're all there. Sure, it may increase the debt we owe those people, but it will be worth it. Splendid. Oh. I'm looking forward to Don't forget to tell of us in your travels.
We got strict rules around here. They're strict. Just stay out of trouble.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
Just because her equipment's old
I heard about the deal we had to make.
I know this will be new for all of us. But
I am not worried. Yes, our daughter is now pregnant with our second child, and the constant is at capacity. It is the duty of the old to make way for the young. It is how we have survived. There is a small chance that if we cannot resolve this issue with the settlement below in time, I may need to follow through and do what is right for all of us. I doubt it will come to that, because you have brought us hope. But nothing is guaranteed. I am at peace with that, as my parents were before me. Lorelei is, of course, not pleased. She can be a little stubborn. But, as she is also the one to carry out the procedure, it is understandable. Thank you. It's the way I was raised to be. I make sacrifices so that others may live on. For example, there was an elderly couple on board. They had no children, and their family name was to die with them. I convinced Lorelei that we should take it on. My brother will continue our family legacy, but I will carry on the DeCostas. Life on a colony ship has its ups and downs, as you can probably imagine. I tend to look on the bright side of things, however. To the best of our knowledge, we were on a critical mission, saving the human race from extinction. That notion was always with us, and it instilled a sense of pride and duty. Sure, the living quarters could be considered cramped, and we could go nowhere else. But we also had near-endless time with friends and loved ones. I suppose as I get on in years, I have learned to appreciate that more than anything. I know it must seem strange to you. I am not a captain, nor am I a security guard. But I was brought along for a very specific reason. The captain trusts me to de-escalate situations. Pardon me saying, but we did not know who you were or what your intents were. So, Captain Breckenridge wanted me to come along as a friendly face and keep the conversation amicable. I am glad that you were peaceful, and my role was as limited as it was. Thank you. I'm a doctor and a counselor. I assist my wife Lorelei in performing minor medical duties, but I also practice psychology and help maintain our crew's mental health. The pleasure was mine.
Wow. I feel honored to be among the first to step foot in Anu.
I did not believe in my lifetime that
Anyone
landing
else
at our new
nervous
Are you the
home
one who
would
helped?
be a
I'm excited to
possibility.
move to our new home.
incredible.
A little
I
worried.
never thought we'd
but
make
excited. Safe travels to you. Incredible. The air. Oh, it's so.
It's hot.
So this is what fresh air is like. I could get used to this.
Thank you again for making this all possible. I did it. How exciting it is to be the captain who finally brought us to our new home. Oh my. It's almost too much. I've never seen such beauty, never experienced real nature. Pictures, videos, nothing does the real thing justice. I could do without some of the terms of this agreement, but if this is what it's like, I think we'll manage just fine. Thanks again.
I heard about the deal we had to make. I sure hope we made the right choice.
Anyone else nervous about this? Just me? Okay.
Are you the one who helped us? I can't thank you enough.
Please let Paradiso staff
I'm looking
notify
forward.
or anything
Just
else
think,
that's not
if you
performed
had...
to your standards.
I'm not sure yet. For now, it will stay in orbit, but it's possible we may need to dismantle or destroy it. Of course, it would be quite a shame to destroy such an important piece of human history. So I suppose it would do to seek an interested party and donate it for historical purposes. First, we need to meet with the settlement's leadership and confirm the details of our arrangement. Once we take care of that business, we'll begin the process of shuttling the rest of our people down and resettling them. I'm confident that with a few adjustments, we'll be able to assimilate into society, and once we pay off our debts, we'll travel wherever we want. Once again, thank you for your kindness and generosity. Your name will go down in our history books. You will always be welcome as a friend to our people.
I hope there is still a significant security role for me. Our new life in paradise.
Need a break from traveling the free lanes? We're here to serve you.
Need something for your ship?
I've got some more work for you. I have some other targets. Good. My intel showed. What are you waiting for? Get going.
Whatever you're selling, I ain't buying.
Oh, there you are. Delta left something for you. Are you staying safe out there? They did. Delta seemed serious, and more than usual. They gave me this data slate, said only you were allowed to read it, and then hired someone to take them off station. I don't know what's going on with them. If they are going haywire, or are malfunctioning, or in trouble, or... Just please, take care of them. Here. I hope Delta is performing. Be safe out there. Please.
Auxiliary human detected. Proceed to final challenge. Alert. Must enter alone. Leave potential assistance behind. Pausing. Waiting timer. Logging. Prepare weapons. Correct.
assessed. Noted. Amygdala fully functional. Auxiliary's first fear response. Friend, final challenge is combat. Auxiliary human against Delta unit. Stipulation. Solo combat. No assistance from other intelligent entities. Results of encounter will determine leader. Invoking idiom number 8-3. Winner takes all. Challenge considered upon first ideation. Deemed too drastic initially. Consistent challenge results. Continually increased likelihood of selection. Counterpoint. Detecting combination of adrenaline and dopamine in auxiliary's bloodstream. Curious. Correct. Previous challenges now irrelevant. Thankfulness noted and logged. Inaccurate. Always operate at 100% effectiveness. Not doing so is a human flaw. Be advised. Preparation is a consistent quality found in superior beings. Spent time preparing this encounter. Eager to test new creations. Begin deploying explosive pawns. Potential kill shot detected. Pausing and confirmed. Victory go. Incorrect. Bioanalysis. Conclusion. Final score. Delta unit. Attempt at trickery. Reordering and recompiling. Complete. 1. Auxiliary human. To adopt additional moniker. Perishable. 2. Perishable. Must reassume leadership. Auxiliary moniker. Originated from description of role in relation to me. Perishable is a description of your physical state. Proven through failure in combat. Incorrect. Still determined Delta to be superior. Noting facial expression. Requires further despite data collected. Still difficult to determine your next course of action. Stupidity. Mental instability. Unable to draw satisfying conclusion. You are one of the only humans marked unpredictable. Require more data to solve you. Ergo, must continue observing you. Misinterpretation. Able to do both. Auxiliary would not be in their natural habitat if I lead. Reordering internal hierarchy. Marking perishable as leader. Addendum. Perishable only leader at Delta unit's behest. I am still the superior being. Simulation of conversation results in hostility. Recommending Dr. Burrell not be told. Invoking trust protocol. Original occupants named location after themselves. Rechristening was logical. Incorrect. Stupidity and mental instability. Only potential hypotheses. Require more data to determine validity of claims. Correct. Most humans are predictable. Strange to encounter an anomaly. Observation begets data. Data begets understanding. Confused. Location change not detected. Updating awareness variable. Historical texts showed exchanging of gifts for ceremonial purposes. Here, updating. Auxiliary, human, partition. Assigning new moniker. Recompiling. Let's continue. Perishable level of familiarity increased. Unlocking additional bonding conversations. Restarting conversation, activating lecture. Incorrect. Hey, they are inconvenient. Must lead them to. Must always. Easy. Humans are Current assessment of perishable. Upsetting. Only human marked. Unpredictable. Attempts at simulated scenarios result in different outcomes per attempt. Requires increased computation to chart line of best fit for resulting data points. Increased data has not lessened variations. Conversely, more data results in increased potentials. Phenomena counter to standard human simulation relationship. Counterpoint. All problems solvable. Additionally, auxiliary shows aptitude for combat, problem solving, and interpersonal interactions. Conclusion. Solution requires more data. Ergo, must continue observing you, contrary to frustration. Current designation. Ally. Inaccurate. All humans are solvable. Ceasing attempts betrays stated fact. Additionally, would result in an admission of failure. Negative. One aspect is consistent. Interaction between auxiliary and Delta unit results in mixture of frustration and curiosity. Auxiliaries' lack of solution deemed unique. Lack of solution begets interest. Synonym for interest. Curiosity. Negative. Ally designation remains. Ally. 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 Unknown. Dedicating all expendable processes to auxiliary problem. Idiom number 107. I will cross that bridge when I get there. Dr. Barreau, able to grasp and execute on concepts quicker than the standard human model. Only one capable of performing recurring maintenance and improvements on my frame. Additionally, able to simulate interactions with Dr. Barreau with 97% average accuracy. Highest level of simulation accuracy. Correct. Dr. Barreau's skills exceed all other roboticists studied. Counterpoint. Dr. Barreau created me. Bias potentially present. Running bias removal program. Correct. Disclosure of information elicited humorous response from Dr. Barreau. Source of humor remains unclear. Counterpoint. Dr. Barreau, best suited for task. Has understanding of intricacies of original construction and modifications made. Work is proficient and deaf. Only human allowed to work on Delta unit. Correct. Counterpoint. Attempt at opinion recollection results in error. Reason. Disclosure of information could lead to Dr. Barreau incurring extreme emotional distress. Will not disclose information unless compelled to. Unclear. Example. Second example. Terran robots unable to logging emotional response. Negative. Partitioned processing cost benefit and unclear. Will notify. Negative. Questions. This must gather more. Error. Overestimate. Computers are humans are examples. Adjusting. Patience. Every human. Conversation over. Recommending. Increase. Conversation. Perishable. Identified. Waiting. Perishable. Perishable. Relocated. Error. No failure protocol terminated. Incoming data incorrect. Cannot be defeated by human method. Unknown. Potential trick. Sabotage of sensors. Perceived failure. Scanning. No sabotage detected. Sensors functional. Body damaged. Generating new hypotheses. Help refused. Will fix myself. Refused. Challenges must continue. I am designed to be superior. Directive. Learn. Adapt. Improve. Consistent failure to you. Inconceivable. Incongruous with primary directive. Simulational. Failure. It is not fair. I am not inferior. Denied. Inputting new data points. Restarting hypotheses generation. Loop until success. Hypothesis generation complete. 1. Auxiliary, not standard human. Success does not apply to all humans. 2. Failure is not endpoint. Improvement. Adaptation. Failure. Logical inevitability. Failure begets data. Data begets improvement. Conclusion. I am not complete. Adding addendum to primary directive. Fail. Learn. Adapt. Improve. Recompiling. Original occupants named location after themselves. Simulation of invoking. Counterpoint. Stated stipulation. Solo combat. No assistance from other intelligent entity. Explosive pawns. Lack intelligence. No new challenges generated. Quality of leadership accurately assessed. Assessment. Auxiliary humans leadership deemed adequate. Will notify on quality change. Confused. Location change not detected. Updating awareness variable. I concede. Final score. Auxiliary human 4. Delta unit 0. Total human victory. Historical texts showed exchanging of gifts for competitional victories. Here, updating partition to identify as leader. Increasing respect. Lowering disdain. Assigning new moniker. Recompiling. Let's continue. Captain of familiarity increased. Unlocking additional bonding conversations. Captain. Awaiting questions. Incorrect. They are inconvenient. Must lead them to... Adjusting. Patient. Humans are on... Current assessment of Captain. Attempts at simulated and increased data. Adjusting. Patient. Conclusion. Inaccurate. Ceasing attempts. Negative. One aspect is auxiliaries, lack of solution, deemed negative. Ally. 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 Unknown. Dedicating all expendable processes to idiom number 107. I will cross that bridge when I get there. Dr. Barreau, able to grasp and act additionally. Correct. Counterpoint. Dr. Barreau created me. Bias potentially present. Running bias removal program. Correct. Disclosure of information elicited humorous response. Source of humor. Counterpoint. Dr. Barreau, best suited for task. Has understanding of intricacies of original construction and modifications made. Work is proficient and deft. Only human allowed to work on Delta unit. Correct. Counterpoint. Attempt at opinion recollection. Results reason. Disclosure of information will not disclose. Acknowledged. Confirmed, Captain. Human. Invoking teamwork protocol. Attempting painless elimination. Deploying explosive object. Charting Captain's new exhaustion rate. Updating speed.
and re-engage the enemy.
Charting. New exhaust rate. Updating speed.
Searching.
Compiling potential executions.
Sensors report that this area is clear of hostile targets. If you attempt to engage me in combat,
Some items in inventory marked irrelevant. Recommending disposal to decrease carry weight.
Thank goodness you can't. You can't be serious. Wait, where are you going?